Today I'm going to show you how to make quick stamped tube beads. We're going to use Makin's clay and Makin's brand tools. In order to use the clay, I only cut off the amount of clay I'm going to need, and I store the rest in a Ziploc bag with a damp paper towel or a baby wipe. This keeps it from drying as it is an air-dried, no-bake product. Once you have your clay removed from the outer packaging, it's time to roll it out. It's very soft and malleable right out of the package. There's no need to condition it first. To roll it, I'm using the Makin's brand Ultimate Clay Machine. I'm going to start on a setting of 2. This machine has 9 settings for different thicknesses, and it has non-stick rollers, which makes it ideal for any clay product. So I'm going to begin by rolling it on a 2. Normally I would clamp this in place, but because I'm moving it out of the seam, I'm just holding it. And I'm going to re-roll our piece on a 5. And again, you get a nice smooth sheet, but it's still a little thicker than I want for my beads. So I'm going to jump it up to a 7 and roll it one last time. Now you can see from that little piece of clay, I've got a huge sheet. It's very thin and it's ready to stamp. To stamp, I'm using Colorbox Crafter's ink. This ink is ideal for almost any surface. I'm going to ink up this great Judykin stamp and just randomly stamp over the surface of my clay, allowing some to extend off the edge. We want to cover the entire piece because we are going to cut pieces to roll into our beads. I'm using the medium-sized cutter from the triple cutter set from Makin's brand. We're going to make larger beads than I made for this bracelet, but I wanted you to be able to see easily what I was doing. As close together as you're possibly able to do, you want to go ahead and cut the number of squares that you think you might need. Now, I usually make extras because I never know when I'm going to want beads for a project, and that way you've got them on hand to whip up something quick and unique. Once you've cut out all of your squares, we'll pretend that I've gone ahead and done that, it's time to roll them. Now, you would have to let this crafter's ink dry a bit, or you could use a Scrap Perfect crafting pouch and just dab it a little bit, and that dries the ink instantly so that you're ready to proceed and go to the next step. In order to make the tube beads, I'm using a bamboo skewer. Now you could just roll them directly around and let them dry, but I wanted to have sort of a triangular edge effect. So I'm rolling them at a diagonal. Just begin with one end and roll it around the skewer until it meets on the other side. And then gently press where they meet. Wet clay will stick to wet clay, so there's no need for an additional adhesive. If your clay starts to dry out a little bit while you're working with it, you can spritz it with a little water and it's ready to go again. So I just continue to roll my beads around my skewer until I had the desired number that I wanted done. Now you can easily remove them at this point from the skewer, or you can allow them to dry completely on the skewer and they still, if you give them a little twist, they'll slide right off. The result are these pretty fun-shaped tube beads with a stamped touch. When I made this bracelet, I used the smallest size of squares cutters. And obviously I used the earth tone clay set and stamped with brown ink. I hope you enjoyed today's project featuring Makin's clay. To learn more about Makin's brand products, visit their website at makinsclay.com. For more creative clay ideas, visit the Makin's blog at makinsclayblog.blogspot.com.